12, almost 13 hours drive time today on our way to Arizona. So I'm tapping out. It's time to find something to eat, find a place to crash for the night, and then that leaves us about 10 hours tomorrow. We can make it to our Airbnb where we're going to get checked in, get ready for this elk hunt. So super excited, headed out to hunt with the guys at Big Chino. We've been talking about it for years, and finally it's actually happening. I'm super pumped up for an opportunity to chase Velvet Elk, and something to do here at the end of June going into July. So super awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're loaded for bear. I got to show you this setup right here. Obviously, we're in the Under Armour truck, but we also have the new pack mule on the back here, and of course, rocking the giant Grizzly cooler. And I've got the Derwin e-bike mounted on here as well, and we got everything to fit on here. They've got a new bike bit, so you can actually just take your wheel off and throw your bike, your mountain bike or e-bike right on there. So another Grizzly up top of the Diamondback. We got so much gear. We have so much stuff for this trip, but we're gonna need it. So this is positive thinking. If you're bringing coolers on an elk hunt, that means you're bringing meat back home.
Hunting began over 2 million years ago, and the distance between who we are as hunters, following in the footsteps of those before us, and unfortunately what we are becoming today in modern times. That is the Primal Divide.
Finally made it to Arizona, and it would be a road trip, and if you're not tourists, do you not even stop at the sign and take photos whenever you get there? So welcome to Arizona. It's time to get the elk hunting going. But Arizona, they started this thing last year and they're doing it again this year. They have an over-the-counter non-permit elk tag for summer bulls. So you're going to be chasing velvet bulls out here. A lot of people don't even know about this tag, and the only reason I knew about it is the guys from Big Chino actually told me about it, and that's how we coordinated this whole deal to come out here. So we're in Arizona. We're at Cow Ranch. It's kind of a hardware store, superstore. This place is awesome. They've got a ton of hunting gear in here as well. Guns and ammo, scopes, everything you could possibly need. But we're just waiting to get checked out, get our tag, and we'll hit a grocery store and put a game plan together and probably start chasing some bulls first thing early in the morning.
After we got everything settled in, it was time to unpack the truck, go through all the gear, do a double check on all the inventory. Then we headed out to the range to go ahead and check all the optics. 22 hours in the truck is a long way. I wanted to make sure that everything was zeroed in, felt confident behind the rifle, and we were good to go for the hunt.
Today's the first day out here. We're actually just doing a little bit of glassing. There's a nice little green field down here below us. There's a couple of these drainages that come down, and they all kind of work down towards this down here. This, like I said, that green field. So we're going to see if we can kind of pick apart some of this. Got some cows. Cows. Oh, cows. So Caden he's actually glassed up some cows over here. So he's got his spotter. Going to take a closer look and see if there's any bulls in there with them. He was just out here like 2 weeks ago, and there was a road that wasn't even here. They've come through with dozers and cut in a whole road. There's a whole construction site over here, and they're popping up more windmills. There's a ton over there, but there's getting ready to be a bunch more, so it's kind of dispersed this herd a little bit and kind of pushed them off, so trying to relocate where they've gone to. And, you know, once we find them, it's good because they're kind of locked into little pockets, but it's going to be tricky trying to find them right now. But That's why we're just going to keep bouncing around, checking as many spots as we can, see if we can get on them. But it's kind of a shame, you know. I understand that's the way of the world, and you know, seeing construction, how it has an impact on wildlife and dispersing wildlife, especially in this situation with all these windmills popping up everywhere. It's crazy. I mean, right back here I can count probably 100, and there's probably 25 or 30 over here, and who knows how many more they're going to pop up just in this little area. But primal divide, right? Just came up to a new spot. We were here the first night. There's a pond down here below us. We've got about 20 cows down here right now. There's one little spike pool. So, we were actually going to head to another spot, and one of the guides was glassing another spot. So, we're scrambling. We're going to head over and see if we can meet up and spot what they saw earlier, and see if we can make a play. We've got a good visual of the area that they're supposed to be in right now, so we're going to go link up, see if we can close the distance, verify what bulls they are, and if it's a shooter, move into position, hopefully get a shot on one. So here goes. Caden spotted a bull. He's a little ways off, so the wind's kind of blowing right towards him, so I imagine we're probably going to drop down here, kind of cruise around, and see if we can get up on this next ridge. We might be eye level with him at that point.
twice, and he just ate it. Didn't really affect him.
That was pretty awesome. They started out at 1,000 yards out. We closed the distance. We were trying to cut it in half, and we only got to about 700. This caliber is just not meant for that distance. So, especially on an elk, a big animal. So we closed the distance a little bit more. And luckily, they actually started feeding towards us.
Bull down.
Bull down.
Day two.
Day two.
They said we couldn't do it.
That's so awesome. Dude, awesome. Thank you so much. That's cool.
First bull.
Yeah. That feels good. Like I said,
High five.
yeah. Every single elk hunt I've been on, like I said, they were all public land DIY. Come to full draw a couple of times. It's like if it could go wrong, it went wrong. I kept telling JP, and I told Leslie, I go, that's it. I'm not wasting any more time. The next elk hunt I do, I'm gonna do with an outfitter, so I can learn, more stuff. And I know this is a unique, elk hunt in itself, but I was like, I just want to learn more about elk, see how they move. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Just learn more. Whitetails, got those down. Elk, still learning.
Well, now you got 4 whitetails laying down there.
Yeah, right.
First bull.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What time is it? We got probably 10 minutes
Yeah.
of sunlight left.
Yeah.
We got it done.
Yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
man, good shooting.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Oh my God. That's so wild. Seeing anything in velvet like that is just super special. Awesome opportunity here in Arizona. There's no doubt if I'm coming to Arizona, I'm linking up with Big Chino Outfitters. They know the ground. They've got great guides. Caden, he busted his ass. I mean, this is only day 2, but we busted ass for 2 days. We kept hitting different spots, which was cool because we got to see a lot of new terrain, and that was pretty neat. We hit some water, we hit some rock stuff, we hit some meadows, and got to see a lot of Arizona out here already. But they told me about this over-the-counter velvet hunt, and I thought it was the oddest thing in the world, but they had a lot of success with it last year, and I kind of kept an eye on that. So midway through the season last year, I called JP and I said, all right, go ahead and mark it down. I'm there. Put me down for the hunt. So this is super cool. It's a special hunt. I don't know how long they're going to keep doing this and have this opportunity. So it was neat to jump on it while I can. And from the sounds of it, it's one of those deals where they've got bulls in the area that they want to get rid of. And they want to clear out the population. There's a lot of windmills coming in, and that's sad to see. But it's a hunt, and we're going home to Iowa with a bunch of elk meat and new friends and a cool experience. Got the loads split up. Caden, he carried the lion's share, so kudos to him. But you had 2 quarters and all loose meat. Yeah, he's a beast. So anyways, that's about done. We get the trucks up here, transfer everything over to the trucks, and then we're out of here. We'll get everything on ice back at my truck. I've got the big Grizzly parked back there already full of ice, ready to go. So pretty awesome, exciting. Just an awesome experience with Big Chino. So super glad I came here and booked a hunt, and can't wait to come back in October.
Last night was a pretty long night. We actually didn't make it back, and after the pack out, got everything caped off. Got in bed about 3:30 this morning. So we're up this morning, pulled out the skull. I've been using a Velvet Elk product for a couple years now. I've been using it on my Colorado Velvet mule deer bucks, and was really impressed with how well it works. Take a bottle and you completely saturate the velvet. And basically, I mean, when I say saturate, you completely saturate all the way down. Kind of start a process as to make sure that you get everything, and just stick with it. All right, we are all strapped down. We've got the entire elk in this 165 right now. You know, I use Old Barn Taxidermy back home, but we were gonna have a 2-day trip back. We know that we've got soft velvet, we've got a hide, so there's actually a local guy that Big Chino recommended. He's gonna go ahead and salt the hide for me and go ahead and do my meat processing. So I just don't want to risk anything. He's gonna get everything in the freezer. That way we can get it good and frozen before we leave. This 165 cooler is an absolute beast from Grizzly. We just kept adding and adding and adding meat to it yesterday. I didn't think we were ever gonna fill it up, but we've got the hide in the one up top. So we're all strapped down onto the pack mule. We're gonna go ahead and cruise on over, check this cat out, and let him get to work on everything. I don't know if you're a believer. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm a believer. I believe in aliens. I think they're real. I don't know what they look like, but they probably look something similar to that. Stopped into a place called Wildwood here in Heber. First thing that we noticed is there's a ton of wood carvings outside, and then we started seeing a bunch of alien wood carvings. So we had to stop, come inside, start talking to the owner, and he's telling us about Travis Walton. So Travis Walton's pretty much a local, but the movie Fire in the Sky, the Hollywood version, they also have the documentary, but whenever he was abducted, after like 2 or 3 days, he makes a phone call, but he called his family right here in town. So we're not too terribly far from Roswell, but pretty neat. There's a little bit of history here in this town with an alien abduction, so it makes a lot of sense why there's so many alien wood carvings outside. And I'm gonna go look at them. I'd really like to have an alien wood carving myself.